Hello everyone, welcome back. Severt is here, coming back with part 21 of What If Deku Had the Ultimatrix. Now, where we last left off, Kiroshima and Class 1A was preparing for the school festival and the party and the dancing party and everything. And when they start doing it, the sky starts getting darker and darker with the lots of black clouds around it. And the clouds start shooting red and black lightnings all around UA. After that, a portal opened up above UA, revealing Izuku Midoriya, wearing a scarf around his neck and with lots of bandages on his body. After Kirishima saw him, he told Kirishima how he wanted to kill him for what he did and how he threw him in the null void, and told him after that All Might and Eraserhead and Present might come in to try help the situation. Izuku tell All Might that he won't give up that easily, and he actually got a new friends in that place that has been thrown in, as he snaps his fingers and portals open all around you. From that portals, flying creatures start going all around attacking people, as the other class 1A goes to help others, where All Might, Kirishima, Eraserhead and Present Mike still to fight Izuku. As Izuku opened a portal near him, revealing 4 creatures to help him, his little dog, you can say his little dogs. After that, we continue. As we continue when Izuku said, "Now I will show you what pain really means." As Izuku flipped the dial of the ultimatrix and transformed into... Oh, and also Izuku got an upgrade to his ultimatrix which make it look like this. And when Izuku flipped the dial of the ultimatrix and transform, after the red light cleans up, All Might, Eraserhead, Present Mike and Kirishima doesn't see a thing, as Kirishima said, "Where did he go?" As All Might said, try to focus Kirishima, he might be invisible." As after that, a punch being thrown at the face of Eraserhead, sending him back, as All Might said, Eraserhead. As after that, a punch being sent at All Might's stomach and uppercut under his jaw, sending to the sky and then being sent back to the ground, as Kirishima said, "What the hell is happening?" As Kirishima hardening his body, preparing himself from any hits, as he'd been kicked in. Someone was... his legs suddenly fall on the ground, you know how he fall on the ground and then get a punch in his stomach, sending him into the ground, as Present Mike starts screaming, wishing that he will hit something, but before that, someone hit him from the back of his head in his neck, knocking him out. As after that, Kirishima just looking around, doesn't see a thing, and All Might just doesn't know where this coming from, as he said, "Midoriya, show yourself." As after that, Izuku stand in front of him in his transformation, which is looking like this, as he said, "What do you want now from me?" As All Might said, "What the hell is..." As Izuku said, "Oh, this is one of the things that I got from there. Call me Wendigo. Fast and strong." As he come to throw a punch at All Might with the speed of light, All Might couldn't dodge in the in the perfect time, so he crossed his hand together to block the punch. Izuku or Wendigo still his punch, and All Might uh, cross over hand, so he was able to send Izuku back, and he said, Midoriya, if you're not gonna stop, then I have to fight you for real. As Izuku said, for real? How many times did I defeat you already? Let me remember, it was 5 times, right? Well, I will gonna just put this as the 6th time that I defeat you. As Izuku transform again into Heat Blast, and then All Might go right at him. Izuku throwing his fire as All Might, but All Might doesn't flinch and go right through the fire, punching Izuku in the face, sending him flying. As Izuku gets hold of himself, and while he's flying, using his fire, stop himself mid-air. As Izuku said, you got stronger, huh? Looks like my healing was effective. As All Might jump at Izuku, but Izuku dodging All Might and go back to the ground. Kirishima using One for All, 20% from One for All, try to throw a shockwave or a wind pressure at Izuku. Izuku getting hit by it, throwing at a nearby store. Well, you know, one of the store in the festival, as he stand up saying, okay, I will gonna take you seriously, as he flipped the dial of the ultimatrix, transforming into Ultra Heat Blast. As after the red line cleans up, they see this weird creature like very dark magma and fire all around his body. As Kirishima said, what the hell is this? As Izuku said, oh, me? I am Heat Blast, of course, but it's just an upgrade that I got from my little vacation in the null void. As he threw up fire at Kirishima, Kirishima couldn't even, his hardening body couldn't even handle it, so he go into unbreakable, but even the unbreakable mode didn't manage to hold him off, and he being thrown at UA. Eraser of head from behind, trying to erase his quirk, but he said, why can't I erase his quirk? His quirk not being erased. As Izuku looked behind, seeing Eraserhead with his eyes red, as he said, oh, me? Let me tell you something. Your quirk never was effective upon me. It's a special ability of my quirk. It can't be erased. As Eraserhead tried to using his scarf after stopping using his quirk, throwing it at Izuku. But before the scarf even get closer enough to Izuku, it starts burning and turn into nothing but ash. As Eraserhead said, what the? This scarf is made out of material that can't get burned or something like that. As Izuku said, or Ultra Heat Blast said, well, this is, let's see. Your scarf is nothing against me. As he raises his left hand and throw a fireball at Eraserhead, sending him into a wall, not killing him, giving him just a little burns on his body, nothing too effective. As All Might from behind throwing punch at Izuku. Izuku or Ultra Heat Blast cross his hand together to block the punch. After that, he blew up with fire, sending All Might back. As he said, huh, All Might, still very weak, and you still don't have any style of fighting, just running around throwing punches wishing that you were gonna hit your enemy, right? How pathetic. As he transformed again into Humongous Thor and fusion him with Ultimate Cannonball. As he said, it's another ability that I learned from the void. A fusion. Don't you think it would be helpful being able to fusion my abilities together? As All Might getting ready to punch, but Izuku trans transform his body into a ball, a very big one, and start jumping all around very fast. As All Might couldn't don't not able even able to see him, as from behind he get hit with a very strong hit from back as he being thrown away, and then cannonball and Izuku jump after him, and before All Might go any further, Izuku transform again. This time he fusions. He do a fusion between Ultimate Humongousaur and Echo Echo, transforming both of his hand into shockwaves, into a shockwave launchers, throwing a very strong shockwave at All Might, sending him into the ground. And after that he start falling behind him, and before he be able to hit the ground, he transform into Big Drello as he start flying and start going down after All Might, and the way putting his hand in front of his face and turning them into you know things that dig in the ground, and using his freezing ability start like a frozen falling start or something, as he fall on All Might as a big crater of ice being left behind, as All Might right now on the ground with his small might form, as he said, Victoria, what I know that you have been going through a lot, but you need to calm down, as Izuku de-transform, saying, I'm not gonna calm down. I will gonna take my revenge, and then maybe I will gonna travel into Hawaii. And right now, the news reporter have been finally got into the scene, as they cut off all the television, that the thing that they say, we have a very important news to give you, everyone. We cut off this show to tell you about the comeback of the ultimate vigilante Albedo. Right now he's in UA and he fighting All Might, and looks like All Might is losing, and there is all this weird creature around us flying everywhere, and those monsters like dogs with no eyes. As everyone are watching this, the League of Villains, Shigaraki said, what? He's still alive? How is that possible? Didn't you say he's dead? As Darby and everyone said, yeah, he's died. We saw it on the news. He must died, but how he come back alive? As Stain looking at this thing, he's back. He's really back. I need to go there. As he left to go into UA, and Eri and Inko were watching. Inko was cooking dinner, and Eri were sitting down watching a little TV show, as she said, Mom, you need to see this. As Inko see it, and they see Izuku leg above All Might, All Might, Small Might form. As Inko said, leaving everything fallen from his hands, saying, It's Midoriya. We need to go. As she take Eri and go to UA. And we cut back into Izuku and All Might. As Izuku said, looks like the news reporter has come in. As after that, more heroes come in to help others, people, and start fighting those flying creatures and the dogs on the ground. And the heroes are come a lot, very much, but I will gonna name a couple of them. Mount Lady, Strong, Death Arms, yep, Kamui Wood, um, Best Genus, Gang Orca, Hawks, Endeavor, Miracle, and uh, what they call it. One of them were Edge Shot and Snipe, and the other teacher of UA, as they helping other some of them. And when I mean some of them, I mean Endeavor, Hawks, and Miracle surround Midoriya, as Izuku looking at Endeavor saying, "Oh, Endeavor, yes, I remembered you now. How was your scar? How was your scar?" As Endeavor getting angry, saying, "How are you still alive? I thought that you dead." As Izuku said, "Oh, don't worry. I have been died and reborn again as as the one that he will gonna destroy you, every single one of you, if you didn't go out of my way and let me get to that Kirishima guy." As Kirishima is behind, just his eyes crying as he said, "Midoriya, stop. I'm sorry for everything, but stop this madness. And what are these?" As Izuku said, "Oh, didn't I already told you? They are my new pets. You can say that they are my army or something, but I'm not stopping until I make you feel 100 times worse than I felt in there." After that, Miracle, throwing her legs downward, start making the ground get, you know, making a crater, which make Izuku lost his, uh, you know, fall on his back, as she take All Might out of there, and Hawks and Endeavor getting ready to fight, as Hawks go to throw his wings at Izuku. Izuku transforming both of his arm into Diamond Head arm, making a shield, as Endeavor throwing his fire at the uh, crystal to burn it down, as Izuku inside that crystal saying, "Let's see how you can get hold of this." As he flipped the dial of the ultimatrix, transforming after Hawks stopped throwing his, you know, uh, whatever he's throwing, and Endeavor stopped throwing his fire, as he said, he's still there. As after that, a very strong shock wave, shocking them both, making them fall on the ground. Even Hawks in the sky has been fall down on the ground. After that, the crystal break, revealing into ultimate Frankenstrike. As after the crystal break, Hawks and Endeavor are on the ground as they see this creature. As Endeavor said, "What the?" As Ultimate Frankenstein said, "Oh, me, you can call me Frankenstrike. Nice to meet you, Endeavor." As he de-transform again, putting his hand in his pocket and start walking towards Endeavor and Hawks, as he said in his way, "Well, well, well, look at you. The number 2 and 3 heroes couldn't even defeat a kid in 16 years old. Or, to be honest with you, right now I'm technically, technically, right now I'm 46. You know, since I've been in the null void for 13 years because of Kirishima. As he look at Kirishima, that he's still on the ground crying, telling himself, Why did I press that gun? Why did I shoot it? Why did I did this? I'm the reason for all of this." As Endeavor tried to stand up, Izuku get lifting his left leg back and kick Endeavor into a wall. As he said, "Well, that's been done of. How about you, flying boy?" As Hux looking at him saying, "Go to hell." As Izuku said, "Oh, I already come back from it." As he get hold of the two wings of Hawks and then rip them out of his body. Hawks is screaming in pain, saying, "Ah, my wings, you!" As Izuku said, "Shut up, don't talk," and then burned them in his hand. As he said, "Well, let's see you try flying now, little bird." As he kicked him on Endeavor. After that, he start walking towards Kirishima, as Kirishima right now on the ground crying. Izuku moving towards him, and after he get close enough into Kirishima, his hands right now in his pocket. Kirishima looking up, he still his head down, as he see the foots of Izuku as he raising his head up, seeing Izuku looking down at him. As Kirishima said, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Please, don't hurt them for my mistake." As Izuku said, "Oh, look at you. Little Kirishima crying. Aren't you supposed to be the manliest man of all mankind or something?" As he gets hold of his t-shirt, lifting him up, saying, "Now I've left a very special thing only for you." As he throw him away and then press the dial of the ultimatrix, transforming into. As after the light cleans up, Kirishima seeing this creature, a very horrible creature with a big hand and four arms and one big tentacles, that another tentacles come up, and just horrible. As he said, "What the hell is this?" As the creature said, "Me, you can call me Abomination. I just left this horrible thing just for you to see." As Izuku using his tentacle, throwing it on Kirishima, getting hold of his leg, throwing it on the walls of UA, as he screamed at him saying, "I've been there for 13 years because of you." As he fly at Kirishima and get hold of him in his big hand, throwing him again into the sky, saying, "And I been tortured there from every living thing." As he fly at him and kicking him in his back, throwing him back as the ground. And then he, in front of him, he said, "Every single thing there was trying to kill me. I couldn't sleep in the night because there wasn't even night there. And that all because of you." As he punching him into the ground, continues saying, "I couldn't see my little sister for 13 years because of you. Now I finally come back, and I will gonna make you pay for every single second." As he just going throwing punches at him and then throw him into the sky, shooting a fire from his mouth, and then using his tentacles, getting hold of it and throw him back at the ground. As he said, "I saw a lots of horrible things there. Creatures that like kids just has been born for like their ages was like 2 minutes, and they start eating each other. And after that, they start eating their mother while they are just born from 2 minutes. And I have seen every single thing there. Every single creature tried to kill me. I was in fear, and I. It's all because of you, Kirishima. All because of you. As Kirishima on the ground, very weak, crying, saying, "Okay, I understand why you angry, but it should not end like this. You come back, so why don't we just stay together and come back as we all always were friends?" As Izuku de-transform, saying, "Friends? Friends? Well, I would love to, but who are you again?" As Kirishima eyes whiting and Izuku transform his left hand into diamond into wrath left hand, saying, "Any last words?" As after that, from behind he hears a sound saying, "Big brother!" As before he throw his head, he stopped in his way and his eyes whiting, saying, "That sound?" As he turned around, seeing Eri crying, and she said, "Big brother!" As Izukudi transformed his hand, and he said, "Eri?" As after that, he rushed at Eri so fast, and then just fall on his knees and hugging her, saying, "It's really you, Eri. I'm happy to see you." As Eri said, "Big brother, what's happened to you?" As Izuku said, "Oh, you can't even imagine what's happened to me, but that doesn't matter. I finally get you. I really missed you, sister." As both of them are just crying, and after that, more heroes came in, and in Izuku looking around, seeing his mother, as he said, "Mom, I also missed you." As she just crying and go to hug Izuku, but before that, a hero snatched her out of there, saying, "Madame," saying, "Lady, this is very dangerous place." As she said, "Leave me alone." As he just said, "No, I need to get you out of here." As Izuku, Eri still hugging him, as she said, "I really missed you, big brother. I never stopped training, wishing that I could use my quirk to rewind you and get you back. I thought that you're dead." As Izuku said, "Yeah, I also thought myself that I have been died." As after that, Hiro starts surrounding Izuku. As he break the hug and is looking around area behind him, as the hero said, "Albedo, give up." As Izuku come back to his, normal self, looking at the hero, saying, "Don't you have manners? Don't you see a brother that he finally got back to his little sister, ruining the moment for me?" As Air from behind telling Izuku, "Big brother, let's leave. Let's leave everything. Let's just go. Come back to home." As they to start to get ready to attack, but Izuku then he got hold of Eri, carrying her, and then said, "I doesn't want to hurt anyone in front of my little sister. So see you soon, Kirishima. Don't expect that has been ended right now." After that, a red light engulfed Izuku and he suddenly disappeared, and every creature there were there. Portal, they start going back to their portals, and the sky cleans up of black, um, the black clouds start cleaning off, and Class 1A stopped attacking, going back to Kirishima as Uraka said, Kirishima, are you okay? As Kirishima right now on the ground crying, saying, No, I'm not okay. As Ken said, come on, let's get him into the infirmary. And All Might was watching this saying, No, not again, as he got unconscious. And we cut into Izuku and Eri. Izuku coming back to his hideout because he can't go back to their houses. As after they get into the house, Eri said, Big brother, what's happened there? As Izuku just laying down and hug her once again, saying, Please, just let me get this moment. I really missed you. As Eri hugging him back, saying, I also missed you, big brother. As Izuku has been just hugging Eri for like 2 minutes after that, saying, Okay, Eri, I think we should get a little bit of sleep. As Eri said, Okay, big brother. As he said, Come on now. How about I make you some food? Or do you want to sleep? As Eri said, Okay, I want to taste your very tasty food again. As she smiled at Izuku, Izuku smiled back, saying in his head, I really miss this beautiful little smile. As he said, Well, Eri, sit on the table and let me make you some food. As she said, Okay. After that, Izuku started cooking again, using his god tier skills of cooking like a madman. After that, he put the food in front of Eri, saying, Voila! My special uh, tasty food that you have been dying to take another bite out of it. As she said, thank you, big brother. As Izuku sat on the table and eat with Eri. As Eri asked, Big brother, what's that scarf around your neck and why you are covered in bandages? As Izuku said, Oh, this scar? It was from a guy that called himself Dr. Animo there. Tried to attack me and hurt me, but I defeated him, and I took it to myself. And for the bruises, I've been fighting for my life out there. As Eri said, So Monokuma was right. As Izuku said, Monokuma what? What did he tell you? As Eri said, I was talking with him and I squeezed him, and then he told me that you were in another killing game. As Izuku in his head said, I didn't program Monokuma to say something like that. And Eri continued saying, And he also said that you were gonna come back one day. He was right. As Izuku surprised saying in his head, I really need to see what's wrong with that teddy bear. And Izuku said, Well, anyway, let's get back to sleep, and I will gonna tell you the story about the guy that he's been sent into nowhere fighting for his life against monsters and lots of things like that. As Eri said, Okay. As Izuku helped Eri to change to her sleeping clothes, and he told her about his story, but he, in a way that a child could enjoy, not saying kills and things like that. And she sleep. Izuku sleep by her side because it's he didn't see his little sister from 13 years. As after that, we cut into UA with the freaking all of the heroes freaking surprise and bruises and Hawks just lost his wings, but don't worry, they are will gonna grow back. As everyone are just there freaking surprised what just happened and what's just Midoriya transformed into that weird abomination. As All Might right now in the infirmary waking up with other heroes. Right now his injury got a lot worse than before, and this time he will never gonna become a hero again. As Kirishima just on the other bed, on the other side of the room, with a lots of bandages covering his whole body, since he's been beating for so long. And Night Eye come into the room saying, "All Might, are you okay?" As All Might said, "No, I'm not okay at all. First of all, Izuku died, and then he come back, and now my injury got a lot worse, and I can't become a hero anymore. I can't use my quirk." As Night Eye surprised saying, "You can't use your quirk anymore?" As All Might nods, as Night Eye getting angry saying, "Damn it!" And other the class 1A is in the other room with Kirishima, as they in Uraka said, "Kirishima, what's happened there?" As Kirishima is still crying. As Kirishima said, "No, I'm not good at all. First of all, I killed Midoriya, and then suddenly he just came out of nowhere with very weird creatures all around him, saying that those are his new pets, and then he beat the shit out of me." As everyone are said, but they said, "Come on, Kirishima, we wish that you will be good to stand on your feet again, but don't forget about this. It's not your fault." As Kirishima said, "It's my fault. It's all my fault. How you can say it's not? If only I didn't press on the trigger of that gun, maybe I was still able to get Izuku back into UA. But right now, I doesn't even expect that and the next time that he will gonna see me, he will just leave me alive." As Ken said, don't talk like that. Remember who you are, and remember how strong are you. All what you need is some training, and you will be able to defeat him. Understand?" As Kirishima said, "Thank you, Ken. But can you please leave? Because I need some rest." As Mina said, "Okay guys, let's leave him alone to rest. Come on, Uraka." As everyone leave, and we cut into Izuku and Eri in the morning. Izuku waking up and looking at Eri sleeping at him saying, "I really missed you." As after that he's shaking her saying, "Eri, wake up." As Eri, come on, wake up. "Do you want me to leave?" As Eri said, No, don't leave. I'm awake." As Izuku said, "I know that will gonna work." after that he said, well, wash your face because I will gonna make a breakfast. As she said, okay, big brother. And after Izuku make a breakfast, he sat with Eri on the food. As Eri said, you know, big brother, you look very good and with a tall white hair. As Izuku said, thank you, Eri. I was thinking about cutting it, but if you like it, I will leave it like this. As Eri said, yeah, you look very good with the long hair. Maybe one day you're gonna get a long hair just like me. As Izuku smiled, said, I don't think so. I will not gonna get that much of a long hair. And after, while they eating, someone knocked on the door. Izuku said, wait here, Eri, and let me handle this. As Izuku prepared to attack the one that behind the door once he opened it up, but before he shoot anything, the one behind the door said, Izuku, come on, open the door. As Izuku de-transformed his hand and opened it, saying, Stain? Is that you? As Stain said, yes, it's me. As Izuku said, oh man, I really missed you. You won't gonna believe what's happened to me. As Stain said, calm down, just let me get in and we can talk. As after that, Stain get into the house. As Eri said, oh, Mr. Stain, welcome. As Stain said, hello, Eri, but what are you doing here? I thought that you are with your mother Inko. As Eri said, well, when we saw Big Brother on the TV in UA, me and my mom, we got into the car and go to UA to get him. But after that, one of the heroes got my mom out of there because he thought that she's not my big brother mother, thinking that he saved her. And I still there with Izuku, and we just get out of there and come into this place. As Stain said, okay. Now, can you please tell me where were you? As Izuku said, you won't believe any word that I'm gonna say. How about I show you? As Stain said, okay, show me. As Izuku tell Eri, please stay here, don't go anywhere, okay? As Eri said, okay. And after that, Izuku opened a portal saying, go through the portal. As Stain said, okay. Here goes nothing. As he stepped through the portal and he sees floating rocks everywhere and the sky is black and red with the weird orange purple tentacles or some things like that. And he look up seeing just more rocks and things like this, and he look in another direction seeing all these flying creatures going right at him as he prepared to fight. And from behind, four wild mutts come to attack Stain. And after that, Izuku get out of the portal. As he said, well, what do you think? As Stain said, Midoriya, get back, those are monsters I'm gonna kill. As Izuku said, monsters? There's nothing as monsters here. As Stain said, what do you mean? As Izuku after that, he whistled at the four wild mutts as they get to him. Stain tried to attack, but he said, don't attack, just wait. As they get into him, and Izuku starts petting their heads, and one of them gets on Izuku, start licking his face as he said, stop it now. As Stain said, and You took those as your pets? As Izuku said, well, yeah, those are the only thing that I have here as friend. As he stand up, cleaning his face with his scar, as Stain looking back, seeing the flying creatures getting closer and closer, as Izuku said, oh, and don't worry about those. Those are also mine, as Izuku whistled on those on the flying creatures, and after that the creatures start flying in circles and got on their own island and leave. As Stain said, well, you have control here, huh? As Izuku said, yeah, I got an upgrade to my quirk, and I find the device here that can uh, make portals in and out of this world, and I was able to fusion it with my ultimatrix, which make it look like this, as he show him the ultimatrix. And after that I get trained here, and sometimes just playing around with my dogs and things like that. As Stain said, well, can we go back, because this world is really giving me chills down my spine. As Izuku said, of course, come through the portal. As they come back, as Eri said, big brother, you already come back. As Stain said, what do you mean, Eri? We left for a couple of minutes. As Eri said, no, you just left for like 3 seconds. As Stain said, 3 seconds? What's that mean, Izuku? As Izuku said, well, it's another thing. The timeline here different than there. There, the timeline is work very slow, which make it looks like we disappeared for like 1 second here when we are actually disappeared for like 1 minute. As Stain said, huh? So that's why you said that you disappeared for 13 years, huh? As Izuku said, yeah. And I disappeared for 3 days, right? As Stain said, yeah, you're right. Well, I'm gonna leave for now, and I'm happy to see that you're back. As Izuku smiled, saying, me too. It's good to be back here. And finally I can get a real sleep. As Stain leave, and it's right now nighttime, and the sky starts snowing, as Eri looked through the window saying, big brother, what is this? As Izuku said, oh, this is snow, Eri. It's looks like we are now in winter. As Eri said, what's winter? As Izuku said, well, how about I take you to see it? As Izuku go to his room, looking through his stuff, doesn't find his jacket, as he said, where is my jacket? As Eri said, big brother, here is your jacket. As Izuku's looking at Eri, holding his jacket, saying, Eri, how do you have my jacket? As Eri said, well, when you disappeared, I got really sad, and that's the only thing that left from you, so I took it and keep it with me all the time. As Izuku smiled and put his hand on Eri head, start scratching it, as he said, thank you for keeping it for me, Eri. How about you keep it with you? As Eri said, are you sure it's cold outside? As Izuku said, it's not a big problem. I have my scarf to keep me warm, and also I lost I lost the sense of heat and cold when I was there. As Eri said, okay, big brother. Well, where are we gonna go? As Izuku said, well, how about I show you a beautiful place? As Eri said, okay. After that, Izuku takes Eri out and go on the, you know what, a frozen lake, as he said. Well, how about we, you see this? As Eri said, what is this? As Izuku said, it's a frozen lake. We can, how about I show you? As Izuku put Eri down, that she right now wearing some uh, warm clothes, as he starts, you know, going on the ice, start sliding and things like that with a very good style. As Eri said, "Whoa, how are you doing that, big brother?" As Izuku said, "It's easy. All what you need to do is just move your legs." As Eri tried to do that, but she didn't or couldn't do it as Izuku, and she was about to fall on her back, but Izuku catches her, saying, "Don't worry, I have come back, so nothing will hurt you anymore." As he smiled, and Eri smiled at him, saying, "Thank you, big brother. But can you teach me how to do that?" As Izuku said, "Sure. Just get my hand and start. Let's start training." As he start getting hold of Eri, and Eri still couldn't do it very good, but they start sliding on the ice very smoothly, and then he leave Eri hand, letting her to slide on her own. As she said, I'm doing it." As Izuku said, "Sure thing, you're doing it. Come on, come after me." As Izuku just sliding around Eri, as Eri said, "It's not fair that you just doing like this around me." As Izuku said, "Come on, if you want to defeat me, then how about you get learned much faster?" As Eri starts spinning, and she spin on herself by accident, as she just starts spinning and spinning, and she fall on her back, saying, "Oh, my head!" As it's everything is spinning, as Izuku looking at Eri, saying, "Eri, are you okay? How much finger I'm holding right now?" As Eri said, 300 burger. As Izuku said, "You're okay. Come on, let's come. Let's stand up." As he take hold of Eri, and they just start sliding left to right. And after that, they come to their back to their houses, to Izuku hideout. After that, with 1 week, after all the heroes get come back on their feet again, and All Might give notice to his retirement, which is make everyone surprised, seeing that the symbol of peace has been defeated by a 16 what am I saying? By a 16 years old kid, just making him retirement. And to be honest, Izuku right now, he's like 46 years old, since his war was in the null void for like 13 years. After that, the heroes make a meeting, all the top 10 heroes, with Nezu and all of the teachers at UA. As Nezu said, "Well, everyone, I got you here just to talk about a problem of ours." As everyone know what's the problem. As Nezu continues saying, "We need to talk about Midoriya." As Endeavor said, "Midoriya? You still call him Midoriya? He is Albedo, the vigilante. and I think that we should kill him. As Hawk said, come on, Endeavor. You are supposed to be the new number one hero, and you already acting like a jerk. As Endeavor getting angry, saying, shut up. As they start arguing, where Nezu said, okay, everyone, calm down, calm down. We should not argue. And how about we talk to Izuku and convince him to stop? As he, the Edge Shot said, you already tried this out a lots of times, and he couldn't and he didn't stop. And even when you throw him in Tartarus, that was just a trick of his so he can get hold of All for One and kill him. And I don't think talking with him will gonna do any good. And uh, Nezu said, well, I understand what you're saying, Edgeshot, but you saw how Izuku is so strong, so if we couldn't talk with him, I don't think that we can defeat him. As they, what they call it, Eraserhead said, yes, you might be right. We might be need a help of more heroes out there. As Nezu said, well, I called a couple of heroes, but I don't think they will gonna come today, maybe in the next week or something. And how about we talk about why Izuku are attacking UA last week? As Best Genius said, yeah, why did he attack you? Isn't he supposed to be a vigilante that help heroes? He didn't hate heroes at all. As Mirko said, maybe he finally decided to get into the villain side. As Nezu said, no, I don't think so. Well, you remember before a couple of weeks when on II Island, the death of Albedo, the ultimate vigilante, as everyone now saying, yeah, but isn't he supposed to be dead? Why is he here? As Nezu said, I don't really know, but let's see. In that island, Kirishima was able to take a device out of Izuku's hand and then shoot it at him, which made him disappear. And the gun after that also disappeared. But we couldn't find anybody or anything. And Kirishima was the one that shot Izuku, and from what I heard in the attack on the school festival of UA, that he was throwing in a place that he called it the Null Void, a place that that's those creatures that came from. As Gang Orca said, then that device that Kirishima has shot it on Albedo must throw him in that place that he called it Null Void. And I remember hearing it from the news that he actually said that he's been there for 13 years. As some of the heroes are surprising, he's been in another world for 13 years with all those horrible creatures that we saw in the attack on UA. As Nezu said, yes, that was he said. He said that he was been there for 13 years trying to survive, and he could never sleep because there wasn't even a night there. And he just telling them what Izuku said, and some of them getting sad, saying, well, I can understand what he did, what he doing. He want revenge upon Kuroshima for what he did to him, throwing him for 13 years in another world a blood with a creature that wants you dead. Yeah, I don't think that you will gonna come back from there with the biggest smile on your face. As Nezu said, okay, let's continue talking about other things, which is the we saw before how the crime rate when albedo was still there was getting down so quickly, getting it down to 40% crime rate has been going down. But when he died for those 3 years, that the crime rate come back to normal. As everyone said, does he really that effective against villains? As they continued talking, and with Nezu about what happened in the League of Villains and everything, we cut into Kirishima and the others. Kirishima right now are 100% healed, and today is the day they were going to do, the Christmas, as everyone get excited and get happy, putting the special, it, the party gifts and everyone happy. Mina still trying to make Bakugo wear his Christmas outfit. And after that, the bell of the door rings, and Mina said, "I will gonna open up." As after that, she opened the door up, saying, "Who is it?" As she's surprised seeing Eri in her Christmas outfit, and she said, "Ah, it's Eri." As she look up, she's seeing Izuku with his this cloth, wearing his scarf, saying, "Well, hello, Mina. Do you have a table for two?" As he's smiling at Mina, just eyes whiting and her pink skin turned white, as he said, "What's wrong? You seem you like seeing ghosts." And Eri said, "Can we getting trick or treat?" As uh, Izuku said, "No, Eri, that's the wrong holiday." And uh, Mina said, "Sure, you can come in." As from behind, Uraka said, "Mina, what are you on? Why are you still on the door?" As she see Eri in her out Christmas outfit, as she said, "Ah, you're so cute." And she didn't see Izuku as she go to touch Eri, as from above a sound said, "If you get any closer, I will gonna cut off your arm." As she stopped and she looked up, seeing Izuku looking directly into her eyes, as he said, Izuku said, "What? Did you forget my name? My name is Izuku Midoriya. Do you have a table for two?" As Eri said, um, uh, can we get in, please?" As uh, Uraka said, "Sure, you can get in." As she got hold of Mina and get her in, as she said, "Just give us a minute." And before she go, Izuku said, "Oh, and Uraka, if you try to call any heroes, I will gonna kill everyone here, okay?" As she get chill down her spine, saying, "Okay." After that, Uraka said, "Well, guys, there's someone on the door." As Kirishima said, who is it, Uraka?" As after that, she from behind saying, "Well, it's me, of course, and my little sister." As Eri and Izuku get in, Eri still, you know, Eri, and Izuku putting his hand in his pocket, as everyone looking at him with Eri. as they get ready to fight. And Izuku said, "What's wrong? I just come to enjoy the Christmas with my little sister and my old classmates. I mean, maybe I left UA, but some of you still my friends." As he said, "Some of you." Looking at Kirishima, as Kirishima said, "What are you doing here, Midoriya?" As Izuku said, "Didn't I already told you? I come to enjoy the Christmas with my little sister." As Eri said, "Trick or treat. Mm, can we please stay?" As Izuku come down a little bit, saying, "Eri, didn't I already told you that that the wrong holiday? It's Merry Christmas." As Izuku said, "Well, are you gonna let me within your party or should I leave?" And let me tell you one thing, I'm not leaving. As after that, everyone gets a little bit calm as Todoroki said, what is stopping us from calling the heroes?" As Izuku said, "Oh, first of all, I cut off all the internet around this building, and I also put traps, killing machines, and some of my pets around the place to make sure no one get out. And you can send any information or go through walls, and you can say just let's enjoy this, please. At least if it wasn't for me, for my little sister Eri. Just look at her." As everyone looks at Eri, as she said, "Merry Christmas." As everyone gets a little bit warm inside their hearts, as uh, the other girls said, "Sure, you can stay." As the boys look at the girls saying, what are you talking about? We can't just let him stay here." As Izuku said, "Ah, come on. Don't tell me those little puppy eyes didn't make your hearts get a little bit warm." As Izuku start moving, getting inside and sit on the couch with Eri, as he said, "Well, Merry Christmas, everyone, and I even got a gift." As Izuku opened a little portal in front of him and get out of box out of it. As he opened it up, saying, "I got some ice cream." As he smiled and put it on the table, and also getting another thing out of the portal and open another box, saying, "I cooked." As yeah, the guy, you know him, the one that he have. Wait a second, let me remember his name. Satu, the guy that with the sugar quirk that when he eats sugar, he gets stronger. He come and smell the food, saying, "Oh, this smells so good." As he take a bite, and his eyes filled with stars and joy, as he said, "This is even better than anything that I could ever cook in my life. It's like a food get will gonna be served into a king or something." As everyone said, "Is it really that delicious?" As Izuku said, "Come on, eat. I'm not gonna stop you." As everyone starts eating from Izuku food, they start getting so joy inside their head, as they said, "How you can cook that good?" As Izuku said, "Well, it's my hobby to cook sometime and to make specialized materials and things like that." As Kirishima still didn't eat, as Izuku get a little bit of the food, putting it inside a plate, and said, "Come on, eat. Tonight I'm Izuku Midoriya. I will gonna forget everything that you did to me. So, come on, Kirishima, hardening boy. Aren't you gonna eat?" As he smiled at him, as he said, "Thanks, Midoriya." As Izuku said, "Midoriya, I thought that you were gonna call me Izubro, but if it's you want to call me Midori, it's okay. As Kirishima said, okay, Izubro. As they start talking and playing, and Izuku telling them on a couple of his transformation, and of course didn't tell them about others, specific ones, and show them some of his abilities, and even got one of his pets to make them see it from a close range, as they say, "Whoa, it's very big, but why didn't he have eyes?" As he said, "Yeah, that's something that I find there." As Kota gets close into the animal, as he starts petting him, saying, "It's so fluffy," and the wild mutt starts uh, jump at, you know him. Wait a second. Jump at Koda and start licking his face, as he said, stop it, this is tickling." As everyone getting close start touching it, as they all say, "This is so fluffy." But Bakugo and Todoroki still not, you know, still Bakugo and Todoroki. And after that, the boy with the bird head said, "Can you show me that place that you came from?" As Izuku said, "You really want to say it?" As I need to remember his name too. Togoyami said, "Yes, I want to see it. You said that you come back from the abyss, and I need to see what's behind the curtain." As Izuku said, "Okay, brace yourself, because you aren't gonna see something that you would like." As Izuku opened a portal, and he said, "Guys, Togoyami here want to see the place that I've been throwing in, so I will gonna show him and come back." As Togoyami go through the portal, seeing everything there, as he said, "Oh, you are one of the people that have been going to the abyss, this dark place filled with death and darkness. You are truly deserve the name of the king of the abyss." As Izuku said, "Sure. Well, should we go back?" As Togoyami said, "Of course, master." As Izuku said, "You're not gonna call me master, aren't you?" As Togoyami said, "You are the king of the void, the master of the abyss. You are in a much higher place than me, so of course I'm gonna call you master." As Izuku said, "Stop it." As Togoyami said, "Okay, master." As Izuku getting annoying, saying, "Okay, as your master, your first order is to stop calling me master." As Togoyami said, "Okay, Midoriya." As Izuku said, "Finally." Now they come back through the portal, and they just eat food and play some games. After that, the time of the present came in, and you know him, the boy with the quirk tape. He put his tape around every single gift, and then everyone gets hold of the presents, and after they take them out, Eri get the big sword as always, while Izuku got a little All Might figure. As he said, "Huh, cool." As Kirishima said, "What did you got, Izubro?" As he said, "All Might figure." As Kirishima said, "Cool, I got this." As he show him a, a ball, a bouncing ball. As he said, "Congratulations." And Izuku after that with Eri saying, "Well, Eri, I think that's everything for the night." And before they leave, another people knock on the door. This being only I mean, you know her. Mina opened the door, saying, "A kid with a a long lady." She said, "Oh, Mandalay, Kota, how are you?" As they say, "We are good, thank you. We just come to visit you." As Kota said, "Yeah, can we come in?" As she said, "Sure, come in." As Kota come in, seeing Izuku playing with Eri, as he just run at Izuku, pushing him on the ground, saying, "Big brother, where were you?" As Izuku looking at Kota, saying, "Kota? Kota, oh my god, I really missed you, Kota." As Mandalay looking at this, saying, "Mina, why is Midoriya is here?" As she said, "Well, he come here saying that he want to enjoy the Christmas with his old classmates." As she said, "You know that is dangerous." As Mina said, "Yeah, but he make sure that we can't call any heroes." As Izuku and Kota just talking, as Kota said, "Where were you? I was really worried." As Izuku said, "Calm down, Kota. I just left for a very scary place." As Kota said, "I thought that you just left me because you didn't want me as your brother." As Izuku said, "What do you mean I don't want you as my little brother? Shake this thought out of your little skull and stop being an idiot. I'm your big brother and you're my little brother, okay? If you ever said this thing again, I'm gonna smash you on your head. Understand?" As Kota smiles, swapping away his tears, saying, "Okay, big brother." As after that, Eri said, "Oh, hey, Kota." As Kota said, "Eri, hey." And everyone come back to enjoy their party. After that, in the night, Izuku said, "Well, guys, I will gonna leave with Eri." And after that, everyone said goodbye. Eri said goodbye, everyone. And Izuku come in front of the door, and everyone are behind him, waiting for him to leave. As he said, "Oh, and one thing before I leave." As Kirishima said, "What is it, bro?" As Izuku said, "I'm gonna kill you." As everyone gets silence, and Izuku opened a portal behind of him, taking Eri with him. As after that they left behind, just shocked. As Kirishima said, "Did he really said that?" As everyone just silent. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below telling me what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.